Ben with the Modern Entrepreneur's Edge, and today we went briefly over a topic in the junkyard while we were pulling our parts about multi-listings or having a replenishable listing. So this is something I just kind of started learning and testing and trying out. So we used to do a thing on eBay where we would create our artificial competition. So we would take this part and we'd list it for $19.99, and then we would take this part, both identical, and we'd list this for $16.99. Once in a while, the more expensive one would sell, and the other one would sell more faster, obviously. So that's the system we've been using for a long time. We had a product earlier this year, and we made a big multi-listing. We made it about 50 items for that multi-listing. One, you don't have to keep listing it. Once you do one, it's done. You can keep replenishing and adding your quantity. You go down, you check how much you want, whether it's a buy it now, it can't be an auction, and you check the quantity, and you add as how many parts you have. How many parts do I have, guys, here? And it's as simple as that. Being that we did create our artificial competition, so to speak, we're the cheapest in the United States for any car part. So we have that going for us. But something we learned with that new quantity listing, I kept replenishing and replenishing as we got the part, and it would sell and sell. eBay was putting me further and further up on the category of selling that part until we got to the very, very top, and we were selling out non-stop. We were selling, once one would sell, the algorithm would pick us up and realize we have happy customers. The algorithm realizes customers are getting the product, leaving a positive review, and more people are buying. We're getting more traffic. So I'm not going to say that creating artificial competition for ourselves was the wrong way to go. We've made a lot of money at that, but we're going to focus more on doing quantity listings, and it's going to cut down on listing time and the cost and the expense of that. And we're going to focus more on our replenishable listings. We have multiple of the same car part. Why aren't we doing this more? Another reason that we would do multiple listings of the same part is how many hooks do you have in a boat? If you have one hook in a boat, you're going to catch a fish. Maybe you won't catch a fish. If you have two hooks, you're doing okay. Let's say if you had 50 hooks. Let's say it's legal somewhere to fish and have 50 hooks in your boat trying to catch a fish. What are your odds versus that one hook? That's one way of looking at it. But we're going to try our luck with the multi-listing, and from what we've seen, it's going to work out in our favor. So you might ask, why would you want to do a multiple listing or a replenishable listing? So here's one reason why. Now you see a few of the other car part sellers or clothes sellers. There's a few other, people who do it for their category and stuff, but we're talking about car parts. But I will say this temperature control here, right here, has a part number on the back. You read the part number, blah, 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 blah. Well, if a customer is looking for that part number, you only have one hook in the ocean. So this part will fill in for other part numbers, about 6 other part numbers. So if you put all 6 of those part numbers and this part number in, it will work for all 6 of those part numbers. So things to remember, guys. You want all the hooks in the ocean that you possibly can get. Now you have all 6 people looking for that part number. And if they think that it will fit across the board for their car or truck or SUV, they're going to buy it. More hooks in the ocean. So another thing to consider with multi-listings or replenishable listings is employees. It's a big topic, and it's a big topic that we're not going to cover fully today. When you should consider employees and when you shouldn't, that's a big topic, and that's a big take. It's a big risk. You have taxes, lawyers, insurance, labor, and time. You don't have to keep making the same listing for all these parts over and over again. We originally had a great idea, and we'll continue down that road too, but we're going to talk about employees. Employees, that's a big step, it's a big process, and when you're this big, you eventually hire people. When you're there, you're there, and we can talk about when the right time is to hire employees on a different day and with a different video. Join us next time where we talk about maximizing our profits selling car parts on eBay here at the Modern Entrepreneur's Edge.